Hunter saves it. Hunter Hughes is coming around. Here comes Colton Garner. It's Hunter Hughes!
Turn 4 for the final time. Who's got more ponies? Checkered flag out. Bluegrass 150 goes to Ian Miller.
And welcome back to the Daily Dribble Podcast, guys. As always, I'm your host, Nick Zammit.
Good, get the name out there. It's like, hey, Joseph Newgarden, you're the guy with the sperm commercial. Yeah.
You can already see things starting to get intense here at Auto Club Speedway as we welcome you into qualifying for round number 7. It's the California 120 from the high banks of the late great Fontana. Jackson Lambros with you in the broadcast booth as we tee this one up, and we'll get straight to it because it is getting laser close in our championship standings. With this actually being outdated, Dawson Buchanan is indeed still your championship leader, but Colton Gardner is even closer as we've got a big problem here. Oh my goodness. Tyler Lugo Vickery into the wall. Dawson Buchanan is indeed your championship leader. It's Colton Gardner, though, who is only 6 points back now. Buchanan really having to stop bleeding after a troublesome run at the Charlotte Roval. Tyler Lugo Vickery and Jack Smalin not too far back in the mix. You look back, it's about 21 and 23 points back, respectively. You could argue Garrett Jarnigan has a shot as well. Just about, 0 seconds now remaining in our qualifying. Let's go through quickly, though. This track, the second true drafting track we will end up with, very Michigan-esque, almost identical to Michigan. First opening in 1997, unfortunately closed in this kind of eternal limbo as it tries to work its way into becoming a bull ring. But the 14-degree banking will make this very interesting. We've gone for 40 minutes. We've had our 2-lap qualification. We'll do it for 60 laps with an opportunity. To go for one green, white, checkered. Here's how they will line up for your 7th round. Colton Gardner is immediately going to find himself on pole, and your championship 2 will find the front row with Dawson Buchanan alongside of Jacob Barker, and Connor Fuge will make up the second row. Jack Smalin and Garrett Jarnigan, your other 2 potentially in this championship battle in row 3, with Malin in 5th, Jarnigan in 6th. Casey Tucker, P7, still looking for his first podium of the season, has found phenomenal speed in that 11 Mustang, is just looking for the right time to use it. Chris Fuge back in P8. For the back, Nicholas Warboy, Eric Richardson back in 9th and 10th. Brian McKinney in 11th. DJ Fluck is 12th. John Miles is in 13th. Derek Booker gonna have to have a lot of work cut out for him from P14. JP Jones is in 15th. Harrison Santos in 16th. Eric Mattingly rounds out your field of 17 here. So again, 60 laps on the clock. Dawson Buchanan, a 2-time winner here. Once in the Xfinity cars in 2024. Did it earlier this year as well in the Cup Series machinery as well. Eric Richardson as well, getting it done season 1. That was the Pilot Series with Chad Winstead taking it in Season 2. Fluck and Richardson, the most starts here. The FR Racing twins getting it done 4 times in a row. Hunter Hughes, though, who we do not see tonight, has a really, really good opportunity to hold that lead of most laps led. Dawson Buchanan might be able to close that in. Hughes the most at 75. With Dawson Buchanan at 24. One of the most historied tracks in Wednesday night dash. 4 times we have raced here. Get ready for number 5. Gardner on the inside, Buchanan on the outside. Are we going to see a shakeup in a championship leader? Let's find out as we go racing for the California 120. Colton Gardner quickly to the lead. Watch Jacob Barker in that 12 Logitech machine. He'll try to work down low and waste no time getting into the mix. Connor Fuge, new livery for him, that 19 on the outside. He's trying to find his way into this quick clump of cars as well. Here comes Malin down low, instantly snatching P4 from Fuge. Casey Tucker up into P6. You see him there in that neon-colored 11. You've got one car really offline there. That was for sure Booker, who was, again, moved over. If you don't remember last week, was moving over to that new number, new livery. That luck did not find him, unfortunately, at the Roval. We'll see if he can find it here in the Inland Empire. Jarnigan up into P2, trying to dig on the inside of Garrett Jarnigan. Single file out in front as a couple of guys are starting to break back a little bit further back. Got John Miles down low in there on that Squatch machine. Trying to clear, I believe that's Harrison Santos going in and out in the 28. It is. That could be bad news, Bears. Gotta hope netcode does not netcode there. Santos starting to drop back. There's the 93 of Booker as now he tries to roll that momentum down low. And very quickly, this field has diluted into 2 kind of key packs here. Two main packs and 3 breaking away for the lead. 3 wide, further back, Tucker and the Fuge brothers. Jarnigan in the 32 trying to go down low. Believe that's Tucker nearly up into the wall there. A little bit of a wiggle, and that looks like damage potentially for, I believe that's the 32 of Jarnigan. It's the 12 of Jacob Barker that might have some bent aluminum on the tail end of that Camaro. But we'll keep it rolling. He might be off pace, though. Brian McKinney trying to take the most of that. You see that quick trip 8 going down low, wanting that full punch in the air by the 12. Barker going to swing back up, though. Get in line. Further up, Dawson Buchanan leading the first 5 laps. That might change this time by a really good run from Colton Gardner. He'll take a peek to the inside, but stay in line. Jax Malin waiting in the wings for the right time to strike. That's been the method we've seen in that 9 car the vast majority of this season. Just kind of waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Everybody off throttle. 1 car really offline there, as that was Casey Tucker in the 11 trying to go wide. Now tries the crossover as both Fuge and Jarnigan get into the wall. This could be a great opportunity for Tucker on the inside. Further back, McKinney trying to clear Connor. But another Fuge will fall to Tucker as Chris will drop down to P5. Tucker up into P4, tries to go up high now in that 11 and see if he can clear Milan. Here comes Jarnigan with a swing back. We're 10th in. to the California 120, and we have stayed clean and green the entire time. And Dawson Buchanan might walk away from tonight if things continue the way they are as your laps leader. Another bit of a poke out, it looked like there for Connor Fuge, all the way down to the inside. Following Jarnigan in the large Deborah machine. Jacob Barker now trying to sneak up. You got Nick Warboy in the 27 Budweiser machine up there. We talk about the beauty of the pack racing here at Fontana. This ability for everybody, I mean everybody, to be in the mix at almost any point in the race. But we also see everybody kind of force one another into overdriving. We've already seen 5 or 6 cars make contact with that outside wall into turn 3. Donegan trying down low in the 32 to take P5 back from Tucker. Another peak from Colton Gardner. It's just a matter of everybody has that speed. Nobody really has that momentum to fully clear someone. It might need a little bit of a push here from Chris Fuge to see if he can help the 40. He goes wide, nearly gets into the fender of Jax Malin, but we'll stay too wide for the lead here out in front, 2 by 2. Preferred line to Colton Gardner. Is there enough speed there? Fuge drops back. Malin could be a huge help, but Buchanan gets really hung up. They'll be lucky to walk away with P2 as a result, as now here comes Malin and Fuge back. Gardner will be to the stripe for the first time. He'll be your first new leader tonight. And Buchanan able to pull it out and hold on to P2 for the time being. Tucker offline big time. As now Jarnigan will try to clear him. Both Gardner and Buchanan very happy that Malin and Fuge are going 2 abreast further back, hoping that would save them time, but Milan has found really, really great pace in that number 9. Could we see a move here? Has a little bit of a peek to the outside. Tucker not doing too much himself, as he's just kind of gone eye for 5th that entire past 5 laps. With Garrett Jarnigan down low there in the 32. I think Little Debbie should do 1 April Fool's as Big Deborah. That would be good, I think. Big fan of the chrome numbers on the 32. By the way, hard to hate the big numbers on that 32. So Tucker trying to roll that momentum on the outside. It was a really good qualifying for Jacob Barker. He's fallen back from P5 to P8. And is currently the most damaged car on track. Now we're starting to see everybody get a little bit more close to that Michigan-style racing we usually expect here. Big chuck to the inside from Jacob Barker. He's trying to get to Nick Warboy in the 27. As further back, another spot lost. Derek Booker in the 93, losing E9 to Eric Richardson. A new livery for the Indy guy. I don't know, Hardy's livery there for the number 80. Yeah, what do you think is the hard cutoff? Is there like an actual border for when it stops being Carl's Jr. and when it starts being Hardy's? It's a genuine curiosity thing. Here's a peek to the inside from Garrett Jarnigan. He tries to take P4 back from Chris Fuge. He's got it. Fully clear, but still plenty of heat left in that 49. Almost a little bit of contact between the two of them. Fuge rolls it up top. Further back, Tucker able to clear Nick Warboy. Those two might work together, though, to get to the front. But as these two continue to go at it, Buchanan might need a little bit of help to get to Gardner. Big swing to the inside there from Jax Malin. Was there a bobble there we might have missed? Let's find. That looked like it might have been a little bit of a save. Oh, he got into the wall. Flipped the rear quarter panel just a smidge. Kept his foot in it, but definitely killed some speed there. So we give away for your race leader, I believe it is 35 points right now. Or maybe 40, and then we drop 5. We might see 2 drivers dead even on points here. Heading into the next round, we'll have to wait and see. But first and second in the standings is first and second on track right now. And I'm not sure if we're going to see that change. It's getting real dicey further back. Eric Richardson continuing to try and move forward. He's found some pace in that 80 in the opening stanza. This race and will go all the way down low. Not as low as Jacob Barker in the 12 as he'll try to make it work. He'll slot in front of Casey Tucker, who drops back another position. Former race winner here, Eric Richardson. Again, won in the maiden running of this event in the first season of Wednesday Night Dash. Going to get FR Racing their first victory in a handful of seasons. Tyler Vickery battling with Connor Fuge further back, that white and black car versus the black and red car. Zero pressure for Colton Gardner right now. Dawson Buchanan not right on the bumper. I think there might be a little bit of saving there as he tries to close the gap. Malin still in third. Jarnigan in fourth. Chris Fusion fifth. Nick Warboy working towards what could quite possibly be his best finish of the season. Only a partial season for Warboy this year, but this would be his first top 10 finish. Only running 4 races so far, Nicholas Warboy. And we have a caution. Oh boy. Check in with the 28 here, Harrison Santos, who was already significantly off pace, it looked like. Eric Mattingly was put a lap down in the 23. Was he already collected? He was in for a scheduled stop. Maybe these two just coming in for their first stop of the day, and this is what actually brought it out. Running up high there, battling with DJ Fluck, got in the wall. And tank slapper while trying to save it. One spin. Almost 2 spins. And was able to save it, I believe, is out of the replay. A lot of off-track stops going underway. Where does Harrison Santos end up in this mix? I think I know the answer, and I'm scared to figure out. Santos mowing the lawn. All right. Cool. Here comes everybody else. First stops of the day, and it is basically everybody coming in this time by. Booker, Santos, and Mattingly staying out. We'll have to double check the timing of this, but this could possibly put Mattingly into the lead. Buchanan first of the normal pack out. Jax Malin getting a position as a result. Jarnigan up into fourth. You got Nick Warboy in fifth. Barker in sixth. Where is Eric Mattingly as a result? Let's find out. Hi, Eric. It's Jackson Lambros with the FR Racing pit booth. Can you hear me, brother?
What's up?
You're leading laps at Fontana. I know you didn't mean to work your way up here running the early strat, but you've got
Yeah,
a
that was
very...
not the intention.
No, talk to me about the strategy call for you.
Oh, honestly, tires were just gone. Time to change them. And it just happened to be caution right when I was still in there.
There's still technically one lap up, as you will get the lucky dog here.
Yep.
What has the strategy been? What is the strategy here to try and work your way back into the mix?
Shoot, there is no strategy other than survival.
I love it. Best of luck to you, Eric.
Appreciate it.
Eric Mattingly in the ever-gorgeous 23 Toyota Supra. It's either the Fast and Furious Supra, or in this case, we're going for Whataburger colors. I'm more of an In-N-Out guy. There's a regional bias, one might say there. But I have tried Whataburger. I have made my choice. If you're from Texas, you agree with me, and you're afraid to admit the truth. So it was the Colton Gardner show out in front for a good chunk of that first third of the race. He drops back to third for the first time in a minute. All of a sudden, you've got Jax Malin with a great opportunity here to work for this lead. Further back, Santos and Booker back out on track. Both of them trying to find better luck. This time by Buchanan. Malin for the restart. Third of the way home in the California 120. Back to it. Buchanan lights the candles and gets out of there. But the big freight train is coming his way. Here comes Colton Gardner. How about Nick Warboy in P4? He could be working his way even further forward. Is there enough momentum there to try and clear Aaron Jarnigan? Not quite. Buchanan all the way up into the wall. The door is open for Gardner and Milan. Will nearly go 3 wide across. Malin thinks smarter and backs out of it. That'll open it up down low. Buchanan swinging all the way down to defend. And the fight is on early. Buchanan still out in front. Gardner and Malin right there. Garrett Jarnigan now goes down low. Defends from Warboy, rolling that momentum up top. Tyler Lugo Vickery entering the chat as well. He's right behind Casey Tucker. He'll go down low. Chris Fusion, Jacob Barker trying to go with him. This isn't to say cautions can breed cautions, but you bunch up the field again. Everybody gets antsy to jostle for positions when you get everybody within striking distance. Vickery up top. That'll give a door open to Chris Fuge down low. Ryan McKinney goes up top as well. And all of a sudden, you could argue Derek Booker and Harry Santos are back in this mix. Santos has actually disconnected, so you can tack an asterisk on that. But Eric Mattingly already putting one away. Looking out the rear bumper of Dawson Buchanan. You can see just how much tape right now is being used to cover off the grill of these cars. Another peek to the inside. We'll have a caution. Uh-oh. That is Jacob Barker and Brian McKinney. Told you cautions were breeding cautions, and this looks like it was the case. Watch the 8, the 124, and the 12 here. Oh, wow. Tank slapper McKinney gets collected. He'll grab the 12 back into the mix. Looks like Chris Fuge got a chunk of it, as well as Eric Richardson. That was the mother of all tank slappers there. Connor Fuge getting collected. What on earth happened with Tyler Logo Vickery? Oh my goodness. Oh, netcode, very much netcoding there. Not nearly as close as the game predicted. But the 12 fully gets into the 24 there. And Jacob Barker in the 12. Looks to be your victim. So Colton Gardner staying out. Connor Fuge getting collected as a result. Derek Booker has found his way somehow up into P4. Let's grab him. Hi, Derek. It's Jackson Lambros with the Stadium Scene TV booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
So you just Lightning McQueen that Johnson up into P5. You want to talk to me about what you saw behind the cockpit?
All I saw was Tyler, and I don't recall who going too wide, and I saw a gap in the middle. I thought I saw Tyler bounce off of the dude, but I'm not sure. I don't really remember all what happened because I was trying to, you know, like you said, Lightning McQueen pass it.
Obviously, a little bit of struggles earlier on with you bringing out the first caution. How does the car feel now? Any better after that pit stop?
We'll find out when the tires decide to commit seppuku and die.
He's trying to see if the 93 is working better for him. We'll find out. Best of luck to you here for the remainder of this race, Derek.
Ciao.
Derek Booker in the Hot Wheels 93 as he gets looking to work it forward. Really, really great opportunity for him. Has been, again, trying to find anything to find pace in these Xfinity cars, and that means changing a number and getting a new paint on it. So be it. Back to green this time by, and you can join Wednesday Night Dash drivers Eric Richardson and DJ Fluck as they bring you the week in real and simulated motorsports this week. It's a return from the fall break and discussing the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, the wild finish at Kansas Motor Speedway, and the news and notes beyond the world of motorsports. Feel like there's got to be some Porsche Penske news in there as well. Download iRacing's Garage Talk on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Or tune in after the race. All new episodes released on Friday mornings, including the simulcast here on Stadium Scene TV, starting at 9:30 a.m. FR Racing looking to work forward. Eric Richardson had a really, really good pace earlier on. That incident right there did not help him and Connor Fuge one bit. They'll start P15 and P14 respectively. The teammate of DJ Fluck right there, that SMG 88. And we welcome Garrett Jarnigan to the front row. Nick Warboy with an opportunity at a podium here. And some interesting splits in strategy. We will see how that pays off for Booker and company. Back to it. What can Buchanan and Malin do from 6th and 7th? Are those numbers still funny in succession? JP Jones trying to hang on for 5th. And a big moment there. Booker into Buchanan, gets up into the wall. And I believe we'll stay green. Booker able to get it going again. But in the blink of an eye, more contact there as he gets into the 19. And the commentator's curse strikes. That's a big moment. I think Tyler Lugo Vickery just slid across the track and disconnected before he even ended up in the wall. There was a big plume of smoke, though. What a chaotic restart. Colton Gardner still in front. Here comes Jax Malin. As the mailman tries to ship it up the inside of the 32, Nick Warboy. What a story this would be for the 27. Hearing Tyler Lugo Vickery has indeed retired. So that'll be 2 cars out. Brian McKinney is still in this thing. He's in the middle of the pack, obviously, but he is a lap down as well. That pushes Derek Booker now maimed and out of contention back in 15th. And I will hear nothing from him and his team about the commentator's curse. Another comfortable lead for Colton Gardner. Nick Warboy looking for his first podium. Jax Malin looking to work his way into championship contention. Here comes JP Jones around the outside, trying to swing back on Chris Fuge. We're 2 by 2 further back with Buchanan and Mattingly. Eric Mattingly in the mix, the 61 and P8. That opening chaos really reshuffled this field. Watch the 49 at Chris Fuge here. He considers a move down low, but stays in line with Jarnigan. JP Jones continuing to get interesting with this line decision. 3 wide as Buchanan goes all the way down low, trying to take a twofer. He might be able to clear him again. Newer Goodyear rubber on that 4 compared to the 32 and the 49. The 49 gets into Jarnigan. Mattingly collected. This might be a caution, or are we going to stay green again somehow? Caution comes out. And some might argue we've been waiting for that one for a while. And this time it was Chris Fuge in the 39 as Buchanan was trying to make a swing back. The 49 tried rolling that momentum up. John Miles just barely missing that. Let's get a replay here from the 54 as he'll give us a great shot from his nose. Jones stays high. Whoa! Just a little bit of a tap there for Mattingly. He looks to be still in this. As we are officially halfway home in the California 120. Nick Warboy holding on to P2. Who's looking to stay out? Christopher Fuge. One of the few guys to actually stay out. As his brother Connor will come to the pits. Casey Tooker staying out with him. All the way at the end of the box. That is a big, big help in the real-life world of racing, since you can just do a straight launch, not hit anybody. Collision's not really a factor here in the pit lane, so it's not as much. How about that? Jacob Barker with a phenomenal launch. Man, it was a major part of that first caution. Might have just given himself a prime position to take the lead of this race. Colton Gardner back after that. Then it's Buchanan, Malin, Warboy, and then Connor Fuge, who I will now bug this time by. Connor, it's Jackson in the Stadium Scene broadcast booth. You got me, my friend?
I got you loud and clear.
Hey, it's been a high and low race for you in the 19. Obviously, a couple incidents you've been collected in, but you kept the nose clean relatively so far. How's it been behind the cockpit?
It's been pretty good. That last little stretch right before that caution kind of spooked me a bit with Booker getting loose right in front of me, but I was able to keep it clean and get out of the way and just drive.
P8 for you here as we get ready to go back to green. You got any friends around you to help you get back to the front?
I know Jacob's a bit in front of me. I think my brother might be behind me, so I gotta watch out for that.
We'll see. Hopefully I can talk to you on the podium.
No. My brother stayed out. He's on pole. Never mind.
Only one way to find out how that stacks up. Really good driving so far, Connor. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Have a
think we've gotten to everybody at this point. Oh, I should have gotten Barker, man. Because he's outside of row 2 now, or inside of row 2, excuse me. So the man running the old school Penske number 12 and that Logitech Camaro having a really, really good opportunity here. Hooker and Fuge staying out in front, but again, they've elected to stay out and stay on older tires. Inside line has been preferred, but Gardner on the outside there in that 40 has been really, really fast. Regardless of line, regardless of strategy, he's got it dialed in. How quickly will this second row deteriorate on pace? What can Nick Warboy do to get his first top 5? He's already the deepest into the field he's ever been. How much further up to the front can he do? Fuge trying to hold this lead. He will fire out as we go back to green for the 4th time today. Tucker already losing P2 as here comes Jacob Barker. Your 2 championship leaders go 2 abreast. The 40 gets blocked in. There's almost contact between the 2 of them. A little bit of a flick to the inside. Milan will try to go with Buchanan. Gardner getting boxed in more on the high side. Warboy going high with him. We'll go 2 abreast across the line for the first time. Chris Fuge will be the first driver there. Now a little bit of a look to the inside. That's more defensive from Casey Tooker. as Buchanan, in the blink of an eye, has found himself into the lead contention once again. You can tack an asterisk on this strategy. Tucker is not the guy he's battling for. He wants to get to Jacob Barker. Colton Gardner wants to get to both of them. He is on the scene and trying to find a guy he can draft. He likes the 11 of Tucker. Early breakaway, and now Jacob Barker, just setting the fastest lap of the day, will hang it to the outside, try to go the long way around for the lead. Tucker continuing to hold on to third despite the hardest to charging Dawson Buchanan. He's offline. His championship adversary will slip on through. P4 for Colton Gardner. Everybody's still bunched up. Now Nicholas Warboy getting an opportunity. P6, maybe P5 if Buchanan continues to hold up high. That Dr. Pepper machine continues to struggle. Your championship leader down into P7 now. Just slots in behind Malin, almost into the apron. Gardner, the fastest lap on track, and the move we missed. Your fourth leader tonight, a man who, respectfully, none of us was expecting, Jacob Barker. Gardner clearing Fuge down low. Now Buchanan goes all the way to the middle of the racetrack. Tries to get another 2-for-1, Warboy and Fuge. Already cleared Tucker. That will check up to 27 of Warboy, as now basically a switchback could happen for Malin. Warboy all the way down low now, as he tries to take that position back, and there it is. What a move from the 27. Able to make a mad dash. More trouble. Chris Fuge gets turned. Eric Richardson involved. Casey Tucker got a piece of it as well. And that might be a front right corner missing for the 11. And yet again, we are under caution. I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself there, as that is the 19 of Chris Fuge just trying to go off the track. Tucker gets hooked. Richardson just getting a piece of it, but everybody else able to avoid it. Great job saving it, though. From Chris Fuge there, so we will stay green. And you can see the damage there to Casey Tucker's car. Not necessarily terrible. That 11 has seen better days. Colton Gardner gets the promotion up into P2. And the other Fuge, Chris, ends up in P3 now in that 49 car. Malin drops back to 4th. Still P5 for Nick Warboy, with Dawson Buchanan, points leader, in 6th. Couple pump fakes. Barker going to stay out. See if anyone else elects to go that way. Brian McKinney wants to work his way back after going a lap down. We'll check in with your race leader here, Jacob Barker, after this round of pit stops. Gardner will be the first one across the line. We'll see if he's able to hold that. A great opportunity here for Dawson Buchanan to find himself back in the mix. Nick Warboy, first out of the pits. That might have been just fuel and no tires. We'll have to see. The John Miles gets the promotion to P12. Let's check in with your race leader here, Jacob Barker. Hi, Jacob. It's Jackson Lambros in the Stadium CNTV booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
It was quick work in the pits that got you to the front. It's staying out that keeps you there. Talk to me about this strategy call.
Honestly, it was a bit of a toss-up. I feel pretty comfortable with it. Yeah, it's just gonna be how we play the cards right, depending if we get a late caution or not. So we'll see. I've got one of the best in Colton Gardner behind me that will be racing. I've learned a lot from him, so very excited to see what we can do for the end of it, and hope that we can get this Logitech Blue Ridge Racing Chevrolet into victory lane at the end of the night.
I know it was obviously strategy that got you to the front, but there were still some big moves from the 12 there. Car feel good for you?
Yeah, it feels perfectly fine even after the incident we had earlier in the evening. So, yeah, like I said, we'll see how it goes and just hope for the best. And hopefully Connor can get back the track position he just lost, and hopefully we can get a good point stay for the team.
Only one way to find out. Best of luck to you here, Jacob.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Really, really big opportunity here for Jacob Barker, looking for his first victory of the season. I am not wrong in saying that, right? Did he win in Vegas? Oh, Lambros. No. I would have known that. He's been strong all year, but has not really had a big break. This is another great break for John Miles, though, in the 54. This would for sure be his first podium since the opener at Vegas, maybe his first win. As I try to remember everything, this is very embarrassing. So let's see. How about Nick Warboy continuing to work on it in P5? This will put a lot of underdogs up to the front. But once again, feels like all roads lead to Rome here. And your two championship contenders have found themselves next to each other on row 3. The field in control of Jacob Barker for the first time. 25 laps to go here at Fontana. Miles already under fire. Buchanan trying to thread the needle there underneath Warboy, nearly 4 wide. What a start from Dawson Buchanan. Here comes Colton Gardner. Warboy dropping down to P5. McKinney holding on to P2. It won't be much of a fight. And the toss-up in strategy. Will that pay off for Jacob Barker in the 12? Will there be any coexistence between your two championship rivals? And the wave continues to swallow Warboy down to P7 now, as Fuge, Booker, and both Fuges actually try to go through. So does McKinney. John Miles in the 9 trying to go with him. And now potentially your move for the lead. Gardner all the way down to the white line. Was the high line earlier that got the 12 in trouble? Is this what he can use to defend? We'll still get to the line first. But Gardner has had a phenomenal pace in that 40 all night long. He's shown it again with the fastest lap at his 40th go at it. He'll take the lead. Barker able to get in line and split him. Is there reservation or aggression now for the 12? And I think the bigger question is who's battling who, because now Buchanan is all over the bumper. A little bit of a peak down low. The 12 defends and says, this is still mine to take. Warboy able to push back that huge train of cars from Chris Fuge back to Jax Malin. As, oh, the 12 gets spun! Chris Fuge absolutely dumps him. heartbreak for Jacob Barker. Oh my goodness. Racing incident or not, that is not the way the 12 wanted that night to go. See if we can get a better replay here. It might have been just a matter of the blend there. Watch Buchanan. Was it Buchanan? It was! And we talk about the level of disparity Buchanan has had to make to hold on to this championship lead. I don't think you're going to see a better example of it than right there. Absolute heartbreak, unfortunately. So Jacob Barker able to get it up and running again. Colton Gardner and Dawson Buchanan get cycled up to first and second, and it is somehow still Nick Warboy in P3. As the split strategies, couple pump fakes. Malin gonna commit to it. Miles gonna go with him. See Mattingly back there going for it as well. As we take a quick look, Buchanan in 4 times already, as Gardner tries to stretch it. The Malin, Tucker, Richardson, McKinnon for their stops. And with 10 laps to go, this could be absolutely monumental. Could mention Jacob Barker in that mix as well. And you feel like we've only seen the gloves come off about halfway. With 10 laps to go, it's only going to get more chaotic. Barker going to stay in for extended repairs. He'll try and stay on the lead lap, though. And it's another silver bullet opportunity here for Derek Booker in the 93. So it was indeed Colton Gardner who won the opening race at Vegas. This could be the first time we've seen him in Victory Row since then. You gotta imagine when push comes to shove, you've got Chris Fuge and Nick Warboy who have easily been the best of the rest all night long. Really quickly, because it is really getting to crunch time in the Indy Racing World Series as well, with just 2 races remaining on the calendar. Iowa next week, and then we do our Indy 250 to end off Season 6. Would love any of the Wednesday night guys to come over, and if there's one race you're going to do, that would be a great one. We'll crown ourselves a champion, and we'll crown ourselves a Indy 500 winner, Indy 250 winner. Colton Gardner has not lost his championship adversary this entire weekend. They've gone back and forth all night long. Is this going to reach the boiling point? And if it does, who comes out on top? Warboy and Chris Fuge waiting to pick up the scraps. Booker trying to find lightning within that 93 alongside Garrett Jarnigan. We're back to green with 8 laps to go at Fontana. A little bit of a peek from Derek Booker. Here comes Dawson Buchanan. And the caution's out. Eric Mattingly, DJ Fluck, and Brian McKinney getting a piece of it. We get a replay here from the start. And this is just pushing us towards a green-white checkered. Looks like Mattingly might have just rolled up. Oh, pinched. Almost exactly what we saw earlier with Cooker and Fuge. Just a low car not being fully clear driving up the racetrack. So we shall see how this puts everybody else in the mix. This will give Jacob Barker a couple of free spots back. Buchanan had a really, really good shot at a move there and was not able to get it done. Nick Warboy holds on to P3, Chris Fusion 4th, Derek Booker 5th, Jarnigan 6th, JP Jones looking for another top 10 finish. Jax Malin feels like the first time in a minute we've seen him outside of the top 5. Connor Fuge and John Miles make up your top 10. Anybody going to pit lane this time by? Does not look like it. Couple further back, Jacob Barker coming in to get more work done to the 12. McKinney and Fluck coming in as well. In the zip code. Also doing the quarter last time we took the green. And again, we've seen earlier on, or excuse me, dumping Barker earlier on. Does he want this lead in the points? Oh. Could totally change. 20. Challenging Buchanan early for 12th. Buchanan able to roll that momentum. On 3 laps ago, we'll have another go. Buchanan and Gardner, you're 2 inside. And Buchanan takes him. Him. Rare Jax Malin mishap right there. Malin down low, Jarnigan just behind there in the 32. Was it the 9? Oh, it's hard to tell. Casey Tucker just able to save it in the 11. Just barely. John Miles mowing the grass down low in the 54. To the green-white checkered. About 3 laps under caution. Nobody coming. Is Chris Fuge dropping back? Into P3. Nick Warboy going down to P4. And looks like the black flag is out actually. Have to give up. Heartbreak for Jax Malin. Tyler Lugo Vickery with a really good shot as well, failed to make it to the checkered flag. It's going to take really a Hail Mary move here from Garrett Jarnigan or Jacob Barker for them to keep their championship hopes alive here. Lights out on the Ford Mustang safety car and pace car, not safety car. But with 2 laps to go, we're basically getting to the point where next flag will really end it. Buchanan with a great move on that last green flag stint. Able to take the lead back. Feels like so much of this night has been Gardner chipping away, taking that lead and holding it. The pace for the first time tonight has seemingly gone back the way of the number 4. And now the ultimate question is, what can he do to hold it with 2 more laps? Just 3 miles remaining. And a potential change in leadership in the championship for the first time since Las Vegas. Crunch time on the West Coast. Gardner already in trouble. Fuge and Warboy gonna try and go through. Fuge just getting into the corner there of Warboy. They'll stay together. Big shuffles further back. Here comes Derek Booker with a look for P5. As further back, looks like Brian McKinney trying to do the same. That's Garrett Jarnigan in the 32. Now he's got a blanket on top of him. White flag for Colton Gardner. Nick Warboy looking for his first podium. Lots of firsts on the line here at Fontana. Fuge all the way up in the outside trying to take it. Almost up into the wall. He does get into the wall. Gardner into the bumper, and that'll end it. Mattingly gets turned. We're going to race to the checkered. Last chance of a move from Colton Gardner. Tries it up high. Buchanan blocks. Checkered flag at Fontana. Buchanan will continue to roll with this championship lead into round number 8. He takes it in the California 150. It's a first podium for Nick Warboy. Buchanan can breathe as we head into Richmond. Gardner will be kicking himself. The race that was seemingly his all night long goes back the way of the 4 at the 11th hour, but Nick Warboy, a rookie season of Wednesday Night Dash that has seen so many highs and lows, he will join Buchanan and Gardner on the podium for the first time in his Wednesday Night Dash career. What a race. We'll get to the results right now. As Dawson Buchanan, your race winner, Colton Gardner in second, Nick Warboy, Casey Tucker, Garrett Jarnigan, Eric Richardson, JP Jones, Jax Malin, Chris Fuge, and DJ Fluck. Your top 10, John Miles and Jacob Barker kicking himself with what could have been Eric Mattingly and Derek Booker getting into one another at the tail end of that. Connor Fuge maybe getting collected as well. McKinney, Tyler Lugo Vickery, and Harrison Santos out of qualification. We will step aside just a minute as Dawson Buchanan starts to burn it down, hopefully coming back with your podium here from Fontana. So it's two gentlemen we're used to seeing on the podium here in Wednesday Night Dash, but for the first time, it's Nick Warboy joining us in the 27. It was a high and low race for you and a high and low season in general, but let's talk about starters, just what this podium means to you in the 27.
Oh man, it means a lot. I haven't had a good top 5, top 3 finish in 2 seasons, I want to say, and not really a consistent run. So it's a weight lifted. It's confident building.
I know it's only been a partial season for you, been in and out of the car a couple times, but what felt like clicked for you specifically tonight? Why Auto Club?
I love Auto Club. The sister track is Michigan, and I love Michigan. There's just something between those two tracks that it just hits a certain sweet spot for me. It's just the way the track is laid out and the banking and whatnot. You can carry momentum. You just kind of let the car do its thing, and you don't really have to steer it, and you're not really steering it with the wheel. You're steering it with the accelerator.
Really, really great drive from you, Nick. Any shout outs you want to make here from the podium before we get moving here?
Just the team. They just kept hanging in with me and with my highs, lows, and my absence throughout the season, and especially last season. Last season was a really downside. I didn't even think I was going to be in the car at all this season, but fortunately enough,
things in life turned out to where I was able to get in and come and kind of put my best foot forward, and especially in this race, really put my best foot forward to really get a good finish tonight. It was a good car, had a good strategy, kept up with those guys up front, and it was fun racing. It was a fun race. I miss it.
Really, really great drive from you, Nick. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Alrighty.
P2, and what could have been the night we saw him on top of the championship standings, Colton Gardner in the number 40. Colton, it was you on pace all night, but at the 11th hour, it seemingly didn't go your way. Talk to me about what felt like was missing there in the last 10 laps.
Green flag laps. That's really what was missing. uh, I felt like as long as we could let a race play out and let the tires wear, it was a pretty good little bit of a race. But you throw in all the cautions and stuff, it kind of just kills the momentum.
Still 3 rounds to go, and it is still, I mean, razor thin between you and Dawson in this championship standings. Where is the confidence level at here for you to still bring that fight to the fore in the last 3 rounds here?
I think it's going to be a good little battle to the very end. Just got to put in some practice, try and keep the car under me as best I can in them races, and hopefully we can get some green flag laps.
Really, really great drive from you, Colton. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And congrats to Dawson. That was a good win.
Let's get over to Dawson here in the 4. It was a pole position for him and a battle between him and the 40 all night long. And with less than 5 laps to go, a lunge to the inside. Dawson, did it feel like the pace was there at the end? What felt like came alive towards the tail end there?
Yeah, well, at the end, I think it was the cautions for me that definitely helped me. The Dr. Pepper, Cherry Dr. Pepper JM Motorsports Chevrolet wasn't outstandingly fast tonight, but yeah, at the end they're just getting those cautions and a lot of good restarts there. You know that fell my way, and obviously some of the cautions too helped just with the time that they fell in the race.
We end things here with one more super and a pair of smaller tracks, Richmond and Phoenix. Your main championship rival, very fast in all of these to get those 3 titles. Let's hear your side of this, your perspective. Talk to me about what your thoughts are as we get to the final 3 rounds here.
Yeah, well, the super speedway for sure is. I mean, that's the one that can decide it all. You know, like if Colton wrecks out and I finish top 3, then I mean, I don't want to say it decides it, but that's definitely one that can hurt really bad or help you out, a ton. So definitely the speedway, and then I think that those other short tracks would be, that's Colton's really good on those tracks, like you said. So I think that those would be right down to the wire, and hopefully, we get a good speedway finish from the both of us there, and it plays out to the last race.
Well, I've got both of you in here. I think it goes really, really important. It's really important for us to mention that we've got 2 guys that are really, really close in championship points for the lead. And no bumpers were used. We weren't hanging fenders. We were really, really close all night long. I want to throw it back to Colton here. You guys have been racing one another for a while now. Colton, I kind of want to go from aggression to appreciation here. Talk to me about what you like for racing against Dawson.
He gives me a challenge to try and go and get better every week. He came in here and started whooping our tails, and I started being like, I gotta figure something out because I'm tired of getting beat. But no, he's been a clean racer with me, and I appreciate the clean racing and everything. It's a lot of fun to racing.
Dawson, it feels like this entire season, it's impossible to find you two apart when there's a camera showing you guys on track. Talk to me about what you've appreciated racing against Colt.
Yeah, I mean, the clean racing for sure. Like, just for example, like that last lap there at Auto Club, like he could have easily, shipped it off in there and wrecked us both. But like, kind of knowing that, just choosing to race clean, in situations like that. Like I'm sure I can't think off the top of my head, but there's had to have been other situations like that in the season where, like, it'd be really easy to